police that are here with us today. And I want to say to begin with, there's no reason people should take at face value what the police say this purported video says. We know that the police lie all the time to cover up their murder and brutality. They do it all over the country. They tried to say that Freddie Gray in Baltimore broke his own neck. Do people remember the video that they released in Waller County, Texas about the murder of Sandra Bland, where the police video, where the sheriff's video was clearly edited? That the edited video was longer than the original video. So what they do with these videos, and even how they're being released to the media, so that the media is being coached and the media is supposed to interpret this for the public versus them being released directly to the public. And once again, we don't believe what their documentation. They got real legitimacy problems, real credibility problems. And then let's say, why is it that so many young black men like Richard Lynyrd feel like they have to run from the police for their lives? What kind of society we're living in? We are not living in a society where the police are out there serving and protecting the people. No, they're acting like a runaway slave patrol. That's what we're dealing with. That's the reality of it. And this is why we're standing up together against it, and we'll continue to stand up against it. We feel like they're trying to diffuse people's anger, throw sand in people's eyes so that people don't see with clarity what's really going on here, which is systematically a whole generation of black and Latino youth in the inner cities in this country are being hunted by the police. This has to stop. This has to stop all over the country. This is why the Stop Mass Incarceration Network, Cornel West and Carl Dix, and Rise Up October have called for a national day of protest in New York City on October 24th. We are coming together on that day. We are coming together that day. Family members of people all over the country who have been murdered by the police are going to be coming to get together. They're going to be walking in downtown New York in Times Square with their signs that say San Jose, California, with the pictures of the loved ones murdered by the police. Oakland, California, Atlanta, Georgia, Chicago, Texas, all these cities from across all these states across the country where people have been murdered by the police. We're going to all be in one place at one time. Saturday, October 24th, Rise Up October. We're going to be in New York City. And we're going to tell the people of the world that this is what the police do to black and brown people in America. This is how they terrorize them. You want to talk about terror? This is the kind of terror that goes on in America. We want the world to know. We're standing here proudly with the family of Richard Lynyrd, Petey Perez, and Derek Gaines, and O'Shane Evans, and the other families. This has got to stop.
What's your name, sir?
Joey Johnson. Stop Mass Incarceration.
J-O-E-Y?
J-O-E-Y. Johnson.
Here's Oscar. He's Lynyrd's brother. He's
basically, I just want to say that I entirely don't believe the story for many reasons. There's one conspiracy that people say that they lost footage of him after one fence. So my question is, if he was so fast and elite to jump over a fence and lose trained police that are probably most likely faster than him, so it was already a lie. But if he was that fast and elite to lose him after one fence, what makes you think he would die from being stuck in between two buildings? He's too fast and elite for that. And for one, it's human instinct to run away from death. We're instinctively afraid of death. So if you feel yourself dying and you see an open wedge that you can easily get out of, why would you let yourself die? It's human instinct to get out of that wedge. There's no way you're afraid of police that bad that you don't want to get caught, to die. You know, you'd rather do the time.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Oscar. I'm a very, very close friend of Richard and his family, Gonzalez.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Gonzalez with a Z or an S?
With a Z.
Sorry.
Any questions?
What do you think?
So, I mean, I, with my own eyes, got to see Richard at the viewing, and I can see what happened. He was beaten. I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. I know what I saw. I'm not lying about this. That's my brother. That's my friend. Since middle school, since 6th grade. And I know what I felt that day, and I know how much it hurt. So I know what I saw. And there's no way that that story I'm going to believe, because I know it's not the truth. For one, I didn't believe it from day one when they said that they found him dead in between two wedges with you believe that one of your families will let themselves die in between two wedges, regardless of they're being chased by police or not. No one would just let themselves die between two wedges of buildings that are not moving in, continuing, meaning there's no force being pushed into your body. Your lungs cannot collapse between any force that you can put in between those two wedges. It's a lot bigger than those pictures made it seem. I went down there myself. The family that lives in that house, allowed us and some friends to go back there, and we were able to see who could fit in there. And like I mentioned earlier, a friend of mine was the same height, 6 feet, 10 pounds heavier, could fit inside that wedge.
What happened that Sunday?
I wasn't there that Sunday. I got the phone call when the fucking shit happened. By the time I got the phone call, I was already feeling horrible, and I had to come visit the family just to check on them and just hear the story from them. So I can't tell you what happened that Sunday. All I can know is from what I seen at the body at the viewing that they beat him, and that's a guarantee.
Tell me about going back there with your friends. I saw a picture, I think on Twitter or something.
Was that true? I think I tweeted that.
Maybe you guys were in that. You can tell because I saw the video.
Yeah, we were in the
too,
wedge.
it was the exact same angle. The fence had been ripped down right there, like a cedar fence. And you guys all sort of went back there to show the amount of space. What was it like in there?
So it wasn't big. I'm not saying it was the biggest space, but it was big enough for him to fit and relax in there. If he was hiding, he could hide in there for hours, and he's not gonna die because he was not being squeezed, and there's no pressure coming in. If he was in there just like this, standing straight up. You could put your hand probably like this much forward to you. That's about it. But I am a little smaller than him, so I mean that's how much I can put my hand up forward to him. He maybe didn't have so much space, but there's no way there was pressure coming in for him to die. That is me, yes.